Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Zombies Love Bacon podcast, episode 96. It's been a big week for news. A lot of things been happening, so there's a lot of topics and stuff we've got to get through today. But the biggest thing for me that I noticed a couple of weeks ago is that McDonald's gave Grimace the keys to their social media, and then that's when I realized that most people don't even know who the frick Grimace is, or the Hamburglar, or any of those cast of characters that celebrated my birthday for a good 15 years. But also, it just happened to be that the internet has decided that it was no coincidence that Grimace chose this month in particular to take over social media. As it is Pride Month, and we have all decided that Grimace is gay.
You'll definitely come across a lot of creeps.
Where have all these cancelable opinions?
You guys keep boobs and 60 feet.
That was a picture of my boobs.
That's it, that's the title of the podcast. They're rock hard.
That's great advice.
Welcome on in, Shelby.
Hi.
And Tame is here as well, and he can hear us this week.
Yo, I can hear you this week, so we're good.
yeah.
Good from the start.
That's it. We're just...
Your hoodie is Grimace coloured.
Yeah, I knew you were talking about it, so I thought I'd chuck it on.
We got Grimace live on the podcast.
Right, actually, for real, who doesn't know who Grimace is?
The Grimace hasn't been a thing for a very long time.
Oh,
like,
really?
Last 10 years, really? I think he only showed up in like some marketing and stuff like that, but he wasn't the main thing. Like my local McDonald's had, a life-size Grimace. You could get a photo taken of him.
Same.
And
the
Ronald Hamburglar. And was there other ones? Because I was trying to think if there was another one.
There was the bird one, the pink bird chick.
There was a bird, right? Because I wanted to say Big Bird, but that would be wrong.
First of all, I just looked up Grimace McDonald's, and there's a Wikipedia just for McDonald's, which is wild. So he's been in a lot of, he was in an anime series called The Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald, as he was portrayed from being from Grimace Island. That tells us there are more than one Grimace.
Desert Island full of nothing but Grimace.
Yeah, there's a green version of Grimace who is associated with McDonald's Green a Shamrock Shake.
Oh wait, there's a Cookie Monster too. Is that?
That's just Sesame Street.
It's green.
Apparently, it's Grimace's birthday. By the way, that's June 12th through July 19th.
It's the birthday. Who's the bird girl? What's her name?
I'm trying to
Is
find
it Birdie?
out. I want to know.
It's probably Birdie.
It's Birdie. It's Birdie. Fuck, it's Birdie.
Shit.
Damn. Can't believe I said Cookie Monster.
So it's Grimace, Birdie, Hamburglar, and
Ronald.
And Ronald.
Yeah.
And when I just Googled McDonald's mascots, right? There's a very graphic picture of Burger King making out with Ronald.
Oh, you got your safe search settings off, don't you?
No, yeah, absolutely. That's where the best stuff is. And also, there's a Mayor hamburger, a guy with a hamburger head.
Oh yeah, he was terrifying. I had nightmares about him as a kid. Yeah, he was just a burger with eyes and legs.
There's definitely some McDonald's fan fiction, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Anyway, yeah, I mean, who didn't, I'm just speaking for myself, but I, when possible, had celebrated my birthdays at McDonald's, like, every chance possible.
I was too poor for that. I wasn't allowed.
That doesn't cost
I was all
much.
about the ice cream cake.
Growing up, I actually
yeah.
probably only had a birthday party twice.
Okay, can you stop with the depressing childhood things? It's just like, hey, I'm like, how great's McDonald's thing? And you're like, I never had birthday parties.
Well, when I was younger, like I'm talking like probably 5, my cousin, you know how McDonald's had they had the seats and they had the little arches for the backrest?
Yeah.
So he had his arm in there, and like by the end of the time we'll finish, it was just stuck.
That'd call the fire brigade?
Yeah, that's called fire brigade. And McDonald's kept giving him more food. My nan's like, "Can you stop giving him food, please?" That's the whole reason his arm's stuck.
Feeding him and fattening him up while he's stuck in the chair, I guess.
Trap him. Oh my god, there's so many weird. Oh, okay. I got to stop looking at that. It looks like there's.
Sorry, now I'm just.
It looks like there used to be a Jesus as well.
A Jesus? There was a cop. There was a cop that was a burger, and his name.
So it's like if you go right back, there was a mayor that was a cheeseburger head.
Mayor McCheese, yeah.
and then there was a Big Mac, which was a cop,
Yep.
by the looks of it. And then the hamburger that had a cape and a pirate hat, or just a hat, looks like Master Zorro. Then there was a pirate.
Yep.
And then there was Jesus.
And there's the McNugget buddies.
It was Jesus. Who's Jesus? Well, I am losing my mind about this.
Yeah, there's a deep dive that should be happening.
And
There's probably
even in the
somebody
live action picture, right? If you look, you see that, and it's got got them all standing there. In the background, there is a guy in a lab coat with long white hair and a like mustache and beard.
That's the professor. That's all his name is.
Well, the older version of him looks like Jesus Christ.
Well,
Anyway.
he went from creationism to Darwinism.
It's
I guess.
canon that Grimace is gay. That's all I wanted to say. So, and I'm all for it. I think that's
He's
fantastic.
a queer icon. That's totally fine. So
Yes,
go with
I
me.
want to see him at the Mardi Gras.
Honestly, like as somebody who eats a lot of chicken nuggets, sometimes I look like Grimace, and I'm quite gay. So
I-
that makes sense.
Wait, is Grimace a chicken nugget?
But he's shaped like a chicken nugget, and he's big and blobby, so I assume he eats a lot of chicken.
What is
nuggets.
Grimace?
He's a Grimace from
What
Grimace Island.
is Grimace? No.
He's-
What is Grimace?
Canonically, he's a Grimace from Grimace Island.
Grimace is a large purple creature from an
He's just a creature.
indeterminate species. Super lovable and in touch with his emotions. He's definitely gay.
Yeah.
And I'm all for it. I want to see Grimace at Mardi Gras. There, I said it. That's what I want. That's all I want.
There's also
There should be a
canonically
float. There should be a float.
Should be a
there's
float.
green Grimace, right? There's a green Grimace, there's a purple Grimace. So obviously maybe there's other colors of Grimace. Can we get enough Grimaces to line up in the colors of the Pride rainbow and just walk the streets?
Oh my God, Pride Rainbow Grimace.
Pride rainbow Grimaces.
I'm all for it.
That's what we need.
That's it.
Make
And
it
then,
happen,
and then they'll
McDonald's.
get cancelled by people that are insecure with their feelings.
Yeah, make the
and-
conservatives upset.
Make a face, make a page and
totally
TikTok.
irrelevant, but also
try and get it
relevant.
cracking.
Best McDonald's toys were the McDonald's Transformers. You ever see that? When you get the
I disagree.
large chips that could transform and the cheeseburger that could
Yeah,
transform? That was
Big
the-
Mac, Big Mac.
Actually, they
oath.
were kind of cool, but that was before my time.
They relaunched them and they sold out immediately because the scalpers wanted them.
I was really into, and they did several generations of McDonald's Neopets plushies. They were highly detailed small plushies that came in a range of colors, and then there was also super rare ones that came out in painted like Neopets paintbrush colors, so stars and clouds and stuff. And I organized an illegal black market of gambling.
Such
and
a Shelby
trading of
answer.
Neopets
Such a Shelby answer.
in the top of the cubby house at my old primary school. And we would all sit there with garbage bags full of plushies of, Neopets, and we would trade all lunchtime, after school, recess, everything. And I had tons of them, and I miss them. And now you can sell like a whole collection at eBay and get them for like $3,000, I think. There's hundreds of variations.
Yeah, okay, well, right. Well, look up McDonald's Transformers and see how much they go for. There.
Okay, I'll look it up. I
You
think
do
that I
that.
saw. All right, I think I saw.
And you
like
know,
a
you
list.
saw the Tetris nugget, the nugget that plays Tetris,
Yes.
and they announced
That's
it,
popping off.
and when they announced it, it was already sold out.
McDonald's Toys Vintage Food Transformers, a burger and fries.
Yeah, yeah.
$30.
Buy them. Buy now. Buy now. Buy.
I
Buy
don't
now.
have the money
Buy
for
now.
that. We don't have that in the budget.
Buy. Buy low. Buy louse.
But you can actually get them for like $30. There's also one that has Birdie that transforms.
No one
into
cares
a
about
polar
Birdie.
bear.
We already went over this.
Well, okay. And I'm just saying, like I just like the Neopets because I fucking loved Neopets growing up. I was always on that shit.
What the fuck?
Also, do you remember when they did little Sonic LCD toys?
I did. Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Sonic at the Olympic Games. I had so many of those. They were so good. Any of
the
the LCD
fuck?
ones they did were great.
What the fuck?
What do you want?
I found an Etsy box. It's just a box of vintage McDonald's changeables. They're called Happy Meal Transformers, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
It goes Big Mac, cheeseburger, fries, large fries, another Big Mac, nuggets, Happy Meal, hamburger, and then there's like hotcakes, and like I don't remember all these extra ones. Oh my god! Anyway, they're selling them individually. Like a double cheeseburger goes for $21.
Well,
English McMuffin. Some in packaging. The ones in packaging go for $50 a pop.
yeah, they're in mint condition. The ones I looked at were a little bit scuffed. So if anyone listening, has some Transformers or Neopets McDonald's toys hidden in the back of a closet, you know who to send them to.
Don't worry about the Neopets. We're good. We don't need them.
Extra points if you have a Grimace toy. We want Grimace too. Grimace
Where's the
collection.
cheap
Want
ones?
them
You
all.
said there's no cheap ones. I'm trying to buy them.
On eBay. On eBay, I wrote in McDonald's Transformers, and there were some cheap ones.
This was a vintage 1990 McDonald's changeables Transformers Big Mac hamburger is $15 plus $10 postage.
There you go.
Do I want to pay $25 for
No,
a
you
piece of
shouldn't.
plastic that's
No.
30 years old?
No.
You're like 36 years old. You probably shouldn't. You got important adult things. to pay
Still not
for.
sure if I'm going to buy this or not.
You got to pay for teeth and electrical bills and other bills.
I will
and
show my
food.
dentist my hot dog. Oh my God, the tiny little cheeseburger
You're going
was
to show your dentist your what?
$35. My hot dog.
Do they even have a hot dog Transformers toy? Or are you talking about something else?
Listen, I'm busy shopping for Transformers right now. I can't concentrate.
Sounds like you gotta whip out your wiener at your dentist.
Oh, well, you know. Just
Is it a male or female dentist?
it's a male dentist. I spent 4 hours in the dentist yesterday and it was awful and I hated it. My dentist is a cunt and I don't care if he hears this. And meanwhile, this is the definition of I was just in the wrong dentist, clearly, right? He's just fucking speed running because he's like, I want to fit like 3 appointments into one. So he's ripping teeth and doing shit as quick as he
You were
can.
sticky. You wanted you
All
out
I could smell was burnt tooth and shit. It was awful. Meanwhile, in the next room, I can hear this lovely dentist who is having a full-on conversation about whether or not playing Skyrim with mods is right or wrong. I'm like, that's the dentist I should be in. I should be in that dentist.
Hold the phone, right? At this point, your face is numb. You've probably got like a shield in your mouth.
Don't
You've got
care.
fingers in your mouth. Now you can't participate in that conversation anyway.
Yes, I will. I will
you
You can at
talk.
least try.
I'll be like,
Todd Howard.
it's better than what I get now. I get, and then they'll be like, does that hurt?
I just get the dental nurse. I have a dental nurse from the same dentist, mind you, and she does talk to me about video games. So I wonder if it's the same one.
What? You have the good dentist? You have the Skyrim dentist?
She talks to me a bit about games, yeah. And then I have the other guy who's probably also into games.
The last dental nurse that I had was like, wow, it really sucks that I have to pay so much tax and stuff. And then I'm like, you realize you claim your taxes back. And they're like, what? How do you do that?
Teach her about the ATO.
She's never done her taxes before. That's the level. But she's smart enough to go to dental school. Just
It's something, right? That's all right.
how did we get from Transformers to dentalists? Such a
I
leap.
have no idea.
Oh, man. Anyway, I'm going to, yeah. Maybe if I show my dentist my hot dog, that'll do it.
No, but they'll probably be happy if you bring in like plastic McDonald's toys that are shaped like food, because then you can't actually eat McDonald's because
I'm going to get these toys, right? I'm going to get these toys, and you're going to be surprised at the level of clout that I will generate from just buying.
If you got 50 likes on a tweet about like pictures of them that you
Get your
got,
clipping fingers
and
ready.
then I would see the point, and then I would let you buy more.
And clip.
And if you got like 100 likes on it, I would take you to Pizza Hut
Pizza? Why?
because I want to go to all you can eat Pizza Hut.
We went there.
You talked about.
We went there, and not only did we go there, I've seen so many like TikToks and stuff since of being like, we went back in time to all you can eat Pizza Hut, and then I'm like, wait, that's exactly where
Well,
we
the
went.
topic this week on that vein is people have discovered there's an all-you-can-eat KFC, and it's also very nostalgic and old style. So people have been.
Wait, does it exist? I thought it was just a picture.
It does
I was
exist.
just about to say that.
Pretty
Like,
sure it's in
yeah, they said
Queensland.
it exists, but I've never seen one in Sydney.
I think it's in Queensland only. Let me have a look.
Like
Fans
one
are up over
guy,
new social media posts about KFC all-you-can-eat buffets in Australia. South Lake, WA, which was closed in 2000. Actually, yeah, it looks like they're old. Yeah, no, people are just excited about it.
If it's closed in WA, which just recently closed their sanity, then they're closed everywhere because
Yeah. So
they're
there was
last.
There was one in Bondi Junction as well, apparently.
yeah,
What?
I read that. Some
Yeah.
guy in the comments, he's like, "Oh, I just went there and ate all the skin off the chicken, and just like
Yeah,
unlimited
okay,
gravy."
I don't want to go there anymore.
Imagine that.
It
Yeah.
can't be clean.
I watched footage on TikTok of a guy who was, no, it was on Reddit. I think it was on Reddit Trashy, So a guy was at a buffet in the US and he had a ladle from the soup section and was just sampling all the soups out of the ladle.
Oh,
Anyway, I never want to. I don't want to go to all you can eat places. First of all, I can't eat much there, but second of all, people are disgusting.
yeah. The more you actually like do any like even the smallest amount of research into all you can eat restaurants, you realize it's a fucking bad idea.
Yeah, if you contribute even at least one of your brain cells into thinking about going to,
If you just
one
think
of those,
about it, if you just think with your head instead of your stomach for 1 second, it's a bad idea.
it's a bad idea.
So
The
anyway,
only
you
one
want to,
that
you still want to go to all you can eat pizza?
kind of.
Yeah,
But
I do.
didn't get to
I
eat
love
much
it.
when I went there last time.
It didn't
But
work.
I went to a buffet once. I think it was just a random hotel one for my brother's birthday, and it actually had like an all-you-can-eat pizza pasta bar, but they make the pasta in front of you, like if they make it to order. So that was pretty cool. It was just a pasta chef. I like that. That's what I ate the whole time.
I'm just trying to think of like I've been to a few all you can eat restaurants, and every single time it just felt like I just felt like a pig. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like troughs of food, and you just
I miss
there's no
Smorgies.
So much
Yeah,
random food
Smorgies,
going
that's-
together too.
Smorgies was the one. I've been to
So those-
Smorgies.
Yeah, those who don't know, Smorgies was like a series. I think there were 3 of them that were themed all-you-can-eat restaurants in Victoria.
Yeah,
So there was
yeah.
one in Geelong that was like a dolphin boat themed one. There was one that was like a tiki themed one, and they had like big tiki statues that
I
would
went to
blow
the
fire
tiki.
out of them.
I went to the
I went
tiki.
to the tiki one. I went to the tiki one. So they had like, it was a great all you can eat, a big family restaurant, and then they had like obviously a dessert bar. And the best thing I remember getting was like the chocolate sundae bar, and then there was also like the cubes of jelly. That was the best. It was good stuff, but unfortunately they all closed down. They're kind of a nostalgia thing now. Unfortunately,
Yeah, but I
They
think
were, like, the late
from
90s.
from memories, it was like before it closed down, it was still like $40 per adult
Yeah.
or something. Like it wasn't
The-
necessarily cheap.
Burwood, Ringwood, and Bundoora, and Geelong.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the 4. They were, I think, kind of expensive. I only ever got to go there twice when I was young, unfortunately. So can we bring back Smorgies and
Nope.
McDonald's Transformers toys and Neopets? Thank you. This is for the nostalgia
Transformers
episode.
toys, I think they should, giving that Transformers just launched here in Australia. I think that's very
Look,
fair.
all I'm saying is if Grimace can come back and come out, then we can have Smorgies back. Bring all the nostalgia back.
Did you say come out?
He came back and then he came out. So
Anyway, I was trying to make a good segue, but it's
sorry, I started thinking about Smorgies and it just makes me talk.
anyway. Transformers has come out, and part of the whole landscape of films and stuff has kind of gone all over the place because there's a number of things going on. First of all, The Flash is doing terrible. Like terrible.
Oh no, who could have seen that coming? Oh man, might have been something to do with the babies in the microwave.
Or Ezra Miller.
Yeah, it's Ezra
Or
Miller
both.
putting babies in a
This
microwave.
could be both. Anyway, it's doing so bad that Warner Brothers is selling off their back catalog to the tune of $500 million to start bringing some
What
cash
does that
flow in.
mean? What
So
does that
so when they make a movie and they release it, obviously if a TV show or a streaming service wants to do it, they get royalties. They get the licensing to that. They're selling the licensing to them, including like their old Batman movies and music and all that stuff. See, people and Sony is number 1 to buy it from them. So Sony wants to buy all the old Warner Brothers stuff, basically, which is some good shit in there. That you kind of go, oh yeah, that was pretty big for Warner Brothers.
That
and
could be
whatever.
interesting
Yeah.
to see what happens if they do that.
So, like for example, like they own the rights to music from films like Rent and Purple Rain and Evita, as well as like all the Batman music, so like Kiss from the Rose and all that sort of stuff. It's all part of their back catalog and so
Yeah.
on. So they're on a big sell to get some cash in, right? Which is normal. That happens, and Warner Brothers tend to be doing it more often than others. Anyway, brings you to the problem of, I'd also want to say Transformers is doing much better than The Flash, and it is a better movie overall. So
It is a way better movie.
fantastic. So I'm totally cool with that, and it's definitely the Ezra Miller factor. The problem they've got now is the next 2 WB Warner Brothers DC movies is Blue Beetle. Now, before we go any further, Shelby, who is the Blue Beetle?
It's a superhero that is a Blue Beetle.
Excellent. Tame, you know who Blue Beetle is, right?
I've seen the picture. of him.
And there inherently is the problem.
It's a bit of
I
a
never
creepy
actually
design.
looked into it.
Blue Beetle was
But he's new,
basically
isn't he?
he's not super new, but like he's gotten really popular lately. He's basically smart ass Iron Man for DC.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's so basically it's he gets some alien technology that straps themselves onto him, and then anything he can imagine he can just make with this suit on.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And if you haven't played what's that fighting game? Injustice. If you haven't played the Injustice series of games, the story in them is actually fantastic. One of the best DC stories ever. And it's got a lot of Blue Beetle in there cracking jokes. And it's very funny, very good. I actually think it'll probably be a quite enjoyable movie, but no one's going to see it because no one knows who Blue Beetle is. That is problem number one. So their next DC movie is the least known DC character possible, coming off the back of their worst performing DC movie ever. And then it only gets better. After that, you get Aquaman 2. Which is definitely there's no problematic characters in that, you know.
They just need to scrap everything.
Well, this is what they're saying. This is what people are saying, is just scrap them. Get done.
Otherwise, they're just gonna lose money.
Obviously,
they're gonna lose less money by pulling these projects than they are gonna run them through.
Yeah, obviously Aquaman 2's got a lot of Amber Heard in it still, so
Yeah.
they can't win. They can't win, and apparently the test footage for Aquaman 2 has been so bad that people don't even stay for the whole movie.
Oh, spilling.
Yeah.
So they've been refilming it and everything else. It's exactly the same. It's the same thing they did with the Flash. So they've got the same problem with the Aquaman 2. Everyone knows who Aquaman is, but they've got a shit movie like the Flash. And the Blue Beetle could be a great movie, but no one's going to buy tickets because they don't know who the fuck he is. People aren't even going to know that he's in DC. They're going to be like, "What's this Blue Beetle movie?" And it's like,
Yeah.
it's you know, it's almost anyway. It's like it's a little bit like they should have if you did like a Marvel thing, they take their B tier superheroes and they introduce them in A tier movies, so then they can spin them off later, like the Falcon. You know, he comes in with you know, it's so you know who you are when the time they come to another movie. Blue Beetle gets his own standalone thing anyway. That's all shit, obviously. And then the biggest icing on the cake is they've got all these shit actors doing shit things, and then they could have had old mate who's just finished The Witcher, Henry Cavill in there the whole time. He could have carried that fucking studio, honestly, because we love him.
Could have. He's got the star power. Everyone loves him. He's not problematic.
And it's a side note because I got more stuff to say about DC. But a side note, Henry Cavill auditioned to play James Bond for Casino Royale.
Perfect, except for the fact
he said he was no. They said 100%. He was perfect. He was getting the job. This is what the director said. He said that he would have absolutely gotten the job if Daniel Craig didn't exist. He said the only reason he didn't get it was because Daniel Craig did it better.
Suddenly, I wish Daniel Craig didn't exist.
It's like that. Imagine that. Imagine being you'd be so fucking pissed off. Yeah, it's like just hearing that. But I mean, it is what it is.
He did so good in Mission Impossible when he reloaded his Superman.
Yeah, absolutely. Fucking oath.
He did really good. He would have been a great James Bond.
So we'll get, from a DC perspective, this is what they should do, or what people are saying, is scrap those ones. We get Joker 2 next year, which looks like it's going to be a head fuck.
It's going to be a musical, and Lady Gaga's in it.
Have you watched the first one? No. The first one is inherently beautiful and depressing. Like, you just feel bad for watching it.
I have heard that.
It is awful, but it's again, it comes back to there's movies that you enjoy that are bad movies, and there's movies that are great movies that you don't enjoy. I felt really bad for watching The Joker. It was an amazing movie though, but I felt terrible because it's basically just says it's society's fault you get a Joker. That's basically it. So then I can't imagine what the sequel's going to be. It's going to be the society's fault that the Joker is now fucking killing people is basically what it's probably going to be next.
And has Harley Quinn.
And now there's two of them.
And they sing. It's a musical, the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I think that's going to be fantastic. And then in 2025, we'll get Batman 2 and Young Superman from Gunn. So then that'll be it. So then the question comes, will DC have pissed everyone off to the point where they're not interested by then? Or will be forgive them and go, okay, well then,
Well,
you know.
people will probably forgive them once James Gunn stuff starts to come out more.
I don't know. Not everyone likes James Gunn as much as maybe we do.
I think he has a good, dedicated fan base, though. And he does
Yes,
good
but
stuff.
so
Like,
does Snyder, and they see how that went.
Nobody can say that Peacemaker, for instance, is not exemplary.
People don't watch Peacemaker because they don't know who he is.
People should go fuck themselves.
It's a fantastic
Peacemaker
TV
was
show. It's a perfect TV
amazing.
show.
I love
His
it.
best friend is an eagle called Eagly, and they
And
hug.
he hugs.
That's his superpower, is that he can hug the eagle.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's fantastic! Everyone should watch that. Absolutely. But yeah, this shit came out recently because there's shit everywhere, right? There's just everyone's throwing shit everywhere because DC's was like the big kid in the yard, and everyone realized that you could pick on him now. So now everyone's picking on him. So a couple things came out this week, which I thought was fantastic. The Flash obviously has multiple Batmans in it. They asked for the Dark Knight himself. Fucking what's his name?
Christian Bale?
Christian Bale. Apparently they hounded him for months, and he said no fucking way.
Good man, Christian Bale.
That's why they have George Clooney in there. So it's but it's
George
like
Clooney's nipple Batman, right? He's got his nips out.
that's kind of the joke, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
Just had to make sure. That's how I differentiate between my Batmans. Doesn't have nipples or
He's
not.
in there. He's in there for 3 seconds, and he's like George Clooney, Bruce Wayne, not Batman. No nipple suit. Sorry.
Oh, damn it.
So that was some interesting stuff. The other thing that came out was that like Snyder concept art for when he was envisioning the DC universe looked like fucking like extra dark gothic Lord of the Rings style. Like everything was like terribly like almost horror gothic. And then DC's like, no one's going to watch that. You need to tone it down. And that's why everything got sort of toned down a lot. But he wanted it so that like all the villains were just like basically devil spawn and stuff like that. And it was a totally different tone. Like people were like, wow, he's, if you ever watch the Snyder Cut, it's very dark, but it's not as dark as he wanted to go. He wanted to go a whole nother level. And they just said, no, it's not happening. It's just not happening. So it's a mess. It's a whole mess. And I think until 2025, I think DC is going to be fucked. I'm definitely going to watch Blue Beetle. I couldn't give two rats ass about Aquaman. I didn't like the last Aquaman at all.
I'm just a little bit tired.
It's
of
a bit boring.
superhero stuff right now.
Yeah, I think we need to take a break shortly, but also I think we should spend a very small amount of time on this because I know it's a very heated topic. But I just want to make a statement that Marvel's Secret Invasion is dog shit. That is all I'd like to say.
There's only been one episode so far.
And it was so boring. It made me think of like the old Netflix Marvel shows like Daredevil and stuff like that and how good we had it. To watch this, I don't even know. It's just tone deaf. It was just so mid. And then to put the cream of an AI generated opening sequence on top of that dog shit was just, they have no idea what their audience wants.
I saw the explanation as to why they used it because it's all about like not trusting what you can see and things like that. And that's
Don't do it with AI though.
I don't. Yeah, they could have done something else with the concept. And also they massively underusing Emily Clark.
Amelia.
Her name? Amelia Clark. Sorry. She's amazing. Amazing actress. People pour in to see her. Game of Thrones. Crazy.
Not only
People
that,
love her. She's adorable.
She's amazing as a person, and she's been singing Marvel's praise, right? And she's like, Marvel's the best franchise in the world. I want to work for Marvel. And they're just fucking relegating it to a shit fucking role again. And I say again because she was in Star Wars. And they gave her a shit fucking role in that as well.
She could have been a great hero for them or anything.
They put her as a B-cast character in a B-cast movie for Star Wars. And it's like, oh. And then now they've given her the fucking TV show and a B-class hero. It's like, come on. She can carry a show.
She can absolutely carry a show. She'll carry fans in for them, but now they're underutilizing her.
So who are we getting? Who's the fucking protagonist for Secret Invasion?
It's Samuel L. Jackson. What's his name?
Is it though?
It's Nick Fury. It's meant to be.
Is it though?
Is it though?
Is it
Hobo
though?
Nick Fury.
He's like, he has like fuck all lines. Most of the time he's just growling and swearing about shit.
Yeah, no, he's meant to be the protagonist.
Nick Fury can carry a show, and it feels like he doesn't even want to be there. It's so weird. And from all interviews, the place he wants to be is Wakanda. He's just pissed off that he didn't get to go to the African American show.
I saw that and it made me laugh.
He's right though.
They're trying to write it like he's like changed after the snap, but they've changed him too much.
Did they change it after the snap, or is it just that Samuel Jackson's tired of the shit, so his character is tired of the shit?
He didn't get to go to Wakanda, so is that enough?
That's what I'm reading. And this is why they should have made him a B character and should have made Amelia the star.
Yeah.
It's so... Anyway, we watched Secret Invasion, and then afterwards we watched the Nintendo Direct. Nintendo Direct was a better episode of television.
Nintendo Direct fucking slapped. And there wasn't even much in there. But that slapped harder.
Lots of Mario, that's all there is.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to move on from DC and McDonald's because that's a whole mess. But also today, and we've just discovered that Shelby knows more about this than we knew. But basically, Rina, I'm going to butcher this name, Sawayama, has basically taken to the stage in Glastonbury and called out. She doesn't name anyone. She just says to this white podcaster who is a racist, basically.
That doesn't narrow it down. A musician podcaster who's a racist. That helps a little bit.
I wrote this next song because I was sick and tired of the microaggressions. So tonight the song goes out to the white man who watches, it says pornographic series, ghetto gaggers, and mocks Asian people on a podcast. He also owns my masters, and I've had enough. That is what she said, word for word.
Yeah.
And then goes on to fucking raise the roof, and this shit's gone mega viral, and so it should. She fucking kicks ass. And for those who maybe not familiar with her music side of things, she's the kick ass fucking assassin from John Wick 4 as well. So yeah, she is slaying, as the kids would say.
Yeah, absolutely. She's great. Rina Sawayama, and so she was in the Continental in Japan. But the person she's talking about is Matty Healy, and
which I have no idea who that was. But Shelby,
I know about him. Sorry,
the tea.
I know about him. The tea. All right, you ready for the tea? Sorry. As with all tea in the world, it comes back to Taylor Swift.
Apparently.
So a few months ago, not that long ago actually, Taylor Swift and her crew, her team announced that she was splitting from her fiance, Joe Alwyn. They'd been together for many, many years, so it was quite a shock. This was during her Eras tour, kicking off the American leg of that. Now, days later, she was pictured with Matty Healy, getting in and out of cars with him, holding hands with him, which is wild. Sent her fans into a fucking tornado. Because he's a terrible person. He constantly makes fun, as we said, of like Asian people, and particularly a rapper called Ice Spice has mocked her a lot and called her a chubby Chinese girl and makes fun of Japanese accents and all sorts of stuff. He's a bad person. You can look it up. There's like master threads of all the shit that he's done. Now, there was fans writing open petitions to Taylor Swift saying, you need to break up with him. He's bad. Taylor Swift has always been like very, especially in her like later years of her career, being very outspoken about like civil rights and like particularly like LGBT issues and stuff like that. And everyone was really shocked to see that she was dating this guy. I was also shocked. You know, as I'm a Taylor Swift stan, I was very shocked. So I sort of understood that, you know, why everyone was upset. So a few weeks after that passes by, suddenly she announces that she's collabed with Ice Spice. And they release a music video together. And Ice Spice is on stage with Taylor at a concert, like at the Eras tour. And they're announcing their collab and they're performing together at the Eras tour. Everyone's like, what the fuck? A few days later, it's announced that Taylor has broken up with Matty Healy.
Clearly.
So it's like the fans may have actually contributed to that or something. I don't know. But so that relationship lasted a few weeks. And this is Rina thing has sort of been like part of the dogpiling of like collapsing shit on top of Matty Healy.
Well, it sounds like he's just a scumbag, but not only that, he's not even sorry about it. So
no, he's not.
He
he's completely unapologetic.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. He said that everyone's misconstrued it. It's like it's hard to when you've said it. It's not. Yeah.
He's like openly talked about how like his favorite sort of porn is any porn that it's a white guy degrading a woman of color as well, like really violent stuff. And you know, sort of he has really bad interactions with other
Look,
women. And
it doesn't take much to get cancelled off of like Twitch and stuff like that. But what does it take to cancel a music person? Like honestly, like surely that's enough.
Yeah, that is enough, and he is pretty much cancelled. But I don't even know honestly any of his music. But
I
he's
don't
cancelled
either.
as a person.
I forget his band's like I think it's 1975.
1975. Yeah.
Never heard of him. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never heard of him.
No, he's
Having
even
said that, I
he's
just
even
want to
gone on like racist rants on stage,
Ugh,
like during sets and stuff.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Yuck. He can go hang out with Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
I would like to say though, I didn't know much about Ice Spice, but also in the last probably like 3 months, just keep hearing it, and every time I hear like her tracks and stuff, fucking hell, she's just on fire.
He's popping off. She's doing great.
She can pump a verse like, and it's crazy, and like yeah, from nowhere to so much, and like you see so many great collaborations and stuff like that. So good on her. Fucking go for it. Just if you got the skills and like yeah, don't let other people bring you down. Like it's obviously that's what they're trying to do. You know, you see you know, someone who's not a white man succeeding, and you think you need to bring them down a peg. Well, yes, this is what happens.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
So yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, it's good to see it's popping off. It's good to see it's going viral, and you know, fucking yeah, this Gatsby thing, fantastic. Using your platform to like do something is yeah, top notch. Green flag is what I've been saying recently. It's a green flag, good, because so many people miss those red flags.
I didn't actually know much about Rina doing music, so I think after this I'll definitely be looking.
Check out her music videos, because after I saw the whole John Wick thing, how that she was basically got the job from the work that she did in her music videos. I watched like them, and they're like John Wick movies. They're sick. Like she kicks ass, full stop. And she should get her own. Hollywood, go sign her up. Go sign her up. We'll fucking. You don't. He's tired. All right, give him a break. You know,
Give him a break.
Rina can take
Yeah,
over.
Rina
Rina
in
can take
there.
over.
We'll show up for Rina.
I would. Fucking oath.
Yeah.
All right, she was hectic in that movie.
She could. Yeah, absolutely.
Literally obsessed with her when I first saw her on screen. I'm like, man, she's so cool. She's gonna do something cool.
When
by
she
the
started
end of
like leapfrogging onto people's shoulders and then stabbing them in the head and shit, I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
okay. It's like
yeah, Queen pop off.
oh, it's such a good scene. Anyway, I think John Wick just came out on Blu-ray and stuff, so I might have to pick it up to watch it. Speaking of movies, some wild shit's been going around with Spiderverse, and this is the final step to my previous conversation about Warner Brothers and stuff like that. Because Spiderverse hit #1 again. It went back to the top of the charts, even though it's old now. Well, not old, but you know, weeks old.
I heard some interesting things about it this week, actually.
So
too,
the
go
thing
on,
that the thing that people are going crazy over is that there's multiple versions of the movie out there.
Mm-hmm.
So there's genuine scenes that might have the same like sound, but has different picture or different pictures or
like the same story, but like a movement is different. And
so like there was like a great thing. One of the opening scenes is obviously future Spider-Man. I'm just going to vaguely cover over him so I don't give anything too much away. Comes in and he has an AI assistant who's, you know, you can see, and she's there. And basically he's like, I need this. And she's like, well, you got to say, please, you know, you got to beg for me for it. And then he's like begrudgingly does that. And he's like, yeah, I've already done it. But, you know, I needed you to hear you say it. That's all. And in that scene, she's like, she just says it and she's sort of just prancing around and stuff. But in other scenes, she takes a selfie with him at the same time.
And in another scene, she tries to give him a fist bump. Same
Yeah.
one.
Same scene.
So
Three versions.
They've released these different versions, and there might be more things that people haven't discovered yet for different versions, and we won't know. To sort of make people feel, yeah, this is very multiversal. This is the theme of the story. So
It's definitely that, but it's also what people don't realize is they do this shit a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot. And it's usually they'll do test screenings in different countries, and then sometimes certain things will do more, and then certain things will do less. The biggest example of this is obviously the China market, which is huge. They don't like certain things. You know, they're very narrow-minded. Let's put it that way. So certain characters, let's say,
pan away from people.
yeah, let's just say that, you know, same sex or people of color maybe get a little bit less representation in those movies, and they get over the seas there. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that that's what happens. They go, this is their cultural difference. We're going to get better.
More often, I find in posters. So there was a thread going around of different posters.
Well, the best
for
one is the
film.
Star Wars poster. I don't know if you've seen this, right? So if you see Star
The one
Wars,
with Finn.
Finn's this big, he's a little 1 inch in the corner of the poster, and BB-8 is the big thing because Asians love robots.
And then in the English markets, then it's switched around. It's Finn who's the biggest, and then BB-8 is in that smaller spot.
Yes.
So they do switch them around, which is it's really unfortunate to kind of think about behind that. But it's what they do.
It's not just posters though; they do it in movies all the time. But it's always just subtle stuff, and it's just that people have like been breaking down. There's so many Easter eggs and stuff in Spider-Man. They've been breaking it right down. But like recently, a lot of people brought it out with Harry Potter, for example, where they're like, "I'm streaming Harry Potter because I'm too lazy to get up and put the DVD in." But it's different. And then they get the DVD and they're like, this scene's different. They're different. They're cut differently. I don't know anything about Harry Potter because I never watched the fucking movies. But there's ones where like they were showing that there was like, I'm going to destroy this. But Harry Potter's looking at something in the shop. And then the blonde kid's like looking through the window at him and like spying on him. But then in another cut, doesn't even spy on him at all. In fact, Harry looks at the thing in the shop and then walks off. And then the blonde kid comes in afterwards. Like it's completely cut differently. And it's basically they have local market or international market, and it used to be as simple as US, Europe, and Asia, but now it's like because they can basically send you a new copy. It's done really quickly. The only exception to this, of course, being something like Oppenheimer, which is on film that they have to go and they prep it and takes like a week to get it ready.
Yeah.
But digital copies and stuff like that, they can just send new copies and whatever way they go. So it's kind of nuts, but yeah. The internet's losing their minds over going, oh, is this like a multiverse Easter egg or is this just like localization shit? But don't know.
Either way, it's good.
But yeah, it's kind of cool. If it is a multiverse Easter egg thing, very genius. But also
pretty smart.
When it comes to dropping that shit on DVD, like what version are we getting? Or is it like a 1 in 4 chance? Is it like booster packs? Is it like Pokemon cards? Or you got to keep buying them until you get the different versions of the movie? Fuck, they could sell a lot of DVDs. They could sell a lot of DVDs doing that. You just go buy 8 DVDs hoping to open them up. We could do unboxings.
Yeah.
Card booster cards. And then we can watch it on Kick. No.
Oh boy. No, that's just for Batman.
Just Batman and Breaking Bad.
And Breaking Bad.
Fucking for those who don't know, XQC returned back to Kick after being caught and called out for streaming Batman. But that's okay. He's only watching Breaking Bad now. But people
can't believe they're allowed, like they go out there and watch just movies or TV shows.
It's a thing though. It's like they just like it's React content for them or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. As a content creator, who sits there and goes, "Man, I want to." My content that I'm going to create is me watching Batman.
I said I think in Discord recently though, I'm really sick of it. Kind of makes me mad that these people who get paid so much money, their content is just so low effort. They're either doing something that's just like reacting to other people's content or whatever, or they're doing nothing, or they're just having arguments and drama on stream, and I'm kind of over it. Like, I mean, I have been. It's not like I'm giving them any of my watch time or anything, but
yeah,
I made about it. Do something high effort. Do something good. Like,
the
be
problem
a content
is
creator.
This shit, like the amount of drama that's being caused, makes so many clicks. It's farming. It's the same thing with like every time Twitch comes out. No matter what the idea is, you have to say it's a bad idea because that's the popular vote. All right, that's how it works. But yeah, the whole fuck. I don't want to name drop people. Let's go. White man with beard says something offensive, right? So then girl with boobs reacts to that and says something offensive towards
you
white
saying
man.
Something offensive and I've got boobs, I'm reacting to you.
And then the other guy reacts to the girl with boobs, and says that she doesn't have an opinion because she's a woman. And then another woman has an opinion about that. I can't
believe you said that.
But this thing is that I'm watching a clip about nothing that's been reacted to, and I'm like, what's the content here? And then, like, the only thing that was, like, actual interesting content was when they called each other on Discord and then they had live react to each other. It's called a conversation. And it's like, what the fuck? It's just, I don't know. It's just so
cringe, man.
So cringe. But the thing is, it makes, like, clicks. Like, they have tens of thousands of viewers and stuff like that. And I saw this take on Twitter. And they're like, to be a successful streamer, you can't be a gamer. Gamers, it's too hard for a gamer to be a successful streamer. Which, when you look at the top percentile of streamers, unless you're an esports person, a lot of them are just reacting streamers or just streamers in particular that just talk to each other and shit.
Or like,
or watch Batman.
A lot of them will start off as gaming streamers and then they'll just become just chatting mostly, or they'll play games occasionally when it's a collab, or they'll be doing other projects. And it's yeah, I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. If you wanted to stream on Twitch, stop gaming. Stop it. It's bad for you.
I mean, that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. They're saying if you're all about grabbing that bag and you just want to get as many people to watch your streams as possible, stop gaming. Stop playing games. And coming from someone who is currently playing, is in the middle of playing 4 100-hour plus games, who can't see the end of the tunnel of gaming. Yeah, it hurts my numbers and stuff like that. But also, I'm here to play games and stuff, and I'm going to know more about this game to have conversations about this game because I played it. I did it myself. Yeah. So, a couple things. I want to talk about kick shit for a little bit.
Oh, boy.
And I also, the whole thing about React stuff, I understand that there is a place for React content, and like I'm all for like watching trailers and stuff like that. But just sitting there and fucking putting a movie on to maintain your viewership, that's bullshit. The only exception to that rule is the Amazon Prime way of doing it, which is where you can go, I'm like having a watch party, we're watching fucking Beverly Hills Cop, and if you have a Prime membership, you can also access this Beverly Hills Cop and we can all watch it together.
Yeah.
But that is you are upfront and saying this is it. It's not my content. We're watching that content. We all pay for it because we all have Amazon Prime. That's it. Totally fine.
Yep.
But being like, hey, for today's stream, I'm going to put on a movie. It's like it's the equivalent of going to school for science. They're like, not today. We're going to watch Around the Twist. It's like it's the same thing.
I didn't have anything planned today, so this is what we're going to do.
Is it one of those things where like people feel maybe that they would want to watch those sort of streams because they can talk to the streamers more, or they feel like they can?
They're not talking. They can't. Yeah. They won't. That interrupts the movie.
I just kind of like understand though, like the people who do more just chatting, where they're just sitting there, and but they still have a lot of viewers and a lot of people.
It's going to sound horrible, but it's a fact. If you are a large streamer, so let's say 5,000 plus subs,
yeah.
If you are not live, they're not subbing to you. You need to find a way. Everything. You need to find a way to be live no matter what, and that includes just sitting there and watching Reddit, because that's where you get your subs. If you take a week off, they'll lose thousands of subs because you're not there.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I can see how that works. I just look as a Twitch viewer, I don't necessarily view a lot of larger streamers because I don't like being in a stream where I can't talk and feel like my messages won't get read. I don't know. I've struggled to enjoy big streams.
Unless it's like it's a show, like a performance sort of thing. So like Summer Games Done Quick or something where you're there to see the show. The show's happening regardless.
Like I follow Iron Mouse, and Iron Mouse currently has 8.8k viewers, and her chat just gets spammed. And like I'd never go in there for too long because
Yeah, well, I mean, you look at XQC and stuff like that. They've even stopped typing letters. It's just www.ll. That's all you see going up there because people want to type their message quicker. They can't type more than one letter. It takes too long. They're gonna miss out.
I feel like I get even just overwhelmed trying to read chat to keep up if it's somebody's got like more than 50 people talking.
Yeah, I'm 100%, and I actually think that there's a greater value in having 100 consistent community members in your stream than having 10,000 people that don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So I think that there's a lot of value in that, but a lot of these people that have that 10,000 plus are just chasing that quick bag. Simple.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if I had 10,000 plus, I'd probably be streaming 24 hours a day, just random shit. I'm in my kitchen cooking. I'm not even talking to chat. You can do these guys and just watch me in W.
Well, I mean, they keep themselves entertained at that point. It's like when you have one cat, right? It's annoying, but then you get a couple more cats and they just entertain themselves. Yeah, it's the same thing with chat.
So like W hand washing, W putting carrot in the bowl, like
L dishwasher, L dishwasher,
L dishwasher broken, L. Yeah, I guess there is like that camaraderie and like meme of chat a lot of the time in those big streams.
So I read the best take on Kick, which I've never thought about this. This is completely, I saw this and went, that is a fucking valid point. And that is that Kick has stopped people from coming to their platform. Like any big creators now, they can't go to that platform anymore.
Why?
Think about this, all right? If you were going, let's say, hey Shelby, you have 100,000 followers, you get a couple thousand, viewers every time. You know, do you want to go to Kick? Like, let's say, would you go to Kick for that better thing, or for free? Like, they're not going to pay you to go there though.
No.
Why? Why won't you go?
Because I already have that community.
No, because the thing is, people aren't, well, I'm not going there for free, not when they're paying people to go there.
Yeah, well, there's that too.
So all these creators are like, I can't go to Kick, not until
For
they offer
free?
me money, because they offered him 100K. Surely they could offer me something.
Yeah.
All the creators stopped going to Kick because now they're waiting for their invite with their check. Because they've shown that they're happy to pay you millions of dollars. Yeah. And if they go willingly, then they're giving up that check. So, like fucking Dr. Disrespect was probably heading there. Now he's like, well, I guess for 50 million I could go there. He probably would have went there anyway. It would have made sense for him to be there.
Yep.
Because he's banned from Twitch. But now he's like, I can't go there for free. That'd be silly. Because as soon as he's there, then they're not going to pay him to come there. So now he has to try and like convince Kick to offer him money so he can go there. Because he can't go there without the money. It's such a stupid thing to have created. But they have created this idea that you have to be paid to go to Kick. That is the mentality now. And all the creators are going to wait until they get invited with a big check now. Where before, they're probably just going to head over there anyway by their own accord.
Pretty much just shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah. And I'm like, that makes so much sense. Because, yeah, why would you go to Kick if you don't go to Kick and they might give you a couple $1 million? I think I'll wait for the millions of dollars. Thanks. Yeah, they've just absolutely just roasted themselves. They what are you going to do? Like Dr. Disrespect straight up just said, 50 million is my price. That's it. And he made the Kick announcement and everything, and he just said 50 million, and this is it. I'll go to Kick. That's it. And then I've seen 20 millions, I've seen 10 millions, I've seen 5 millions. Like creators are coming out and they're just like, this is my number. If you want me, it's like a shop. It's a streaming shop that all the Kick has to go shopping now to find their streamers. They've all got price tags on them.
I mean, we all have price tags, even us little guys.
Shelby, what's your number?
To go to Kick? 10K. Why are you laughing?
Give me 50K, because I'll be able to do something else with that. Plus stream
10K is not going to get... Is 10K going to change your life, Shelby?
It would wipe all my debt.
Yeah, but you need some money to invest in something.
It would wipe all my debt and leave me with like $2,000 to buy pretty clothes with.
They're offering 100K to watch Batman.
All right, give me
100 million, sorry.
Give me 100K.
Okay.
And I'll watch Batman, the one with the nipples.
I'll do it for 2K, Kick. 2K.
You're cheap. You're cheap.
I'm desperate, baby.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing when you think about it that way. They have artificially created value in their platform that now everyone's like, oh, I'm not going to Kick without money. Why would I go to Kick without money? Meanwhile, they got all these people like, why aren't you bringing all these other creators over?
Plus, most of these big streamers are fucking rich as fuck anyway.
I mean, that was Pokemon's best
He's like,
take.
Why would I compromise my morals in order to have more money when I have enough money? And I was like, yes, Pokemon, I love you.
Yes, that is the correct answer.
That's 100% the point that I was thinking like 2 weeks ago as well. Like,
if you're already making squillions of dollars, then making squillions of dollars is not different. Like, that's it. Like, if you think about it, right? If you were making, let's say you make $1 million a month, right? The difference between making $1 million a month and making $1.5 million a month isn't that much, because your quality of life is still the same. That's just your bank account going up at that point. That's it. So why would you question your morals and go to this other platform that's probably going to be, you're probably going to, it's a brand risk essentially. Like you left your community behind. You're gonna have to rebuild everything and do all this hard work from scratch, for what?
Yeah,
exactly.
And
so
I mean, people get mad at Pokemon, and I don't really understand why. She's like mostly unproblematic. She's pretty big. She's doing it by herself. She has a whole team of people that she hires just to delete bad comments about her so that she doesn't have to see them, so that she protects her mental health. Like, I like everything pretty much that she does.
She does her own thing, and also, I don't understand why people get mad where the alternative is just don't watch her, don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like
she's just winning in her own lane, and that's the thing. She's staying in her own lane, and that's great. And I don't know why people get so mad about it. Like, XQC is just constantly on rants about Pokemon right now, and just like, what?
Because he knows her community hates her, so he's just pumping it up.
And also makes content for him, I guess.
It's content. It's got to he's got to react to it. It's the reactception. He knows you got to react. That's it. You just got to keep on reacting to the shit to get around. But it's whatever. I foresee that the Kick thing's not going away. You can foresee that Twitch thing's not going away. It's all getting clicks. It's all hot. It's the hot topic. We're just going to keep talking about it. You know, and it's like Twitch has been doing things that are quite good that get no attention. And then like they did the super chat thing, which got all sorts of attention. People are like, oh my God, you can donate, and they take a cut from it now. Fuck Twitch. And it's also like, well, hang on. No, but it's like, hang on a second. This is what YouTube's been doing for years. So are we get fucked YouTube? No, fuck Twitch. It's like, it's the same thing. And then they're like, well, Twitch, you pay a 5% fee on it, and YouTube you don't. So fuck Twitch. I'm like, I think they both might be wrong, but you're only picking on Twitch because that's what's popular.
Yeah.
So I'm done. I'm done with the conversation. Like I'm like, I don't want to interact with any of these tweets and stuff like that. And like, there's people on Twitter that I've quite literally unfollowed them because all they did was retweet "fuck Twitch" 7,000 times. And it's like, okay, that's fine. You can say get fuck Twitch, right? If they're costing you your livelihood and all that sort of stuff, I get it. And I'm friends with some people who it is a valid concern. But when it's someone who averages 5 viewers,
it's not dramatically impacting their income.
Is it worth? Is that the hill you want to die on when you're still growing?
It's not necessarily to say that those people shouldn't have an opinion, but be constructive in your opinions, and like instead of just retweeting "fuck Twitch, Twitch is worth blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
Like, be constructive. That's something that people have been calling out recently on Twitter as well. Is like Twitch staff as individuals, a lot of them get attacked for decisions that Twitch makes. People just need to remember there's humans, and also, like I said, they have to impress their investors to keep Twitch going and things like that. You have to be willing to be constructive about criticism you're putting across, because they're not going to fucking listen to somebody going "fuck Twitch" blah blah blah. They're going to listen to people who are putting forward constructive criticism,
so
putting forward ideas and doing things like that.
So let me be crystal clear to everyone, because I just want to say that like we shit on Kick a lot, but it's rightly so. They deserve it. But I will never say don't go stream on Kick, or if you want to stream on Kick, you want to stream on Chatterbait, you want to stream on fucking Trovo, Pornhub, Facebook, you do it, but do your research. Don't jump on it because someone else is doing it, or someone else said you should do it, or don't do it, or whatever. Don't do it because someone retweeted it. Do your own research. That is the key, because people are quick to jump on these things and go back and forth and lose friendships and communities and whatever. But that's fine. Stand your ground if it's your ground. But if you're standing on someone else's ground, then that's someone else's. You need to do your own research. That is the important thing. I will 100% support you. You just need to do your own research. I've done my research, and I can tell you straight up that when I go into a Kick and see that the top 3 performing channels are streaming slots, and then the next 50 channels are watching TV, I'm like, this isn't where I want to be. This is not me. That's not my content. I'm not doing any of that shit. These aren't my people. That's it. Same thing with YouTube. You go to YouTube, go look at the live section. People are just streaming King of the Hill and Simpsons and Futurama and shit like that. That's the main reason I never went to stream on YouTube, is because I went and looked at it and said, well, these aren't gamers.
And discoverability isn't great over there.
Because they're watching King of the Hill.
We've made an active decision to be at Twitch, and
I can't compete with King of the Hill.
We're not at all saying that we're like big streamers who make a lot of money. We're not.
No.
I probably made like $500 in the last year off Twitch directly, and I've looked at that, and I've looked at everything, and I've gone, well, I would rather just continue growing my community on Twitch. Yeah. It's not about the money, and it's I don't necessarily like every decision that they make, but I also think it's the safest place for me to be as the person who I am.
So the point is, you did your research. You did your research.
I did my research.
And you got your own opinion.
Yeah, exactly. I did my research, particularly for the aspects that affect me as well, as first of all as a woman, and as you know, I'm LGBT. You know, I looked at all that and all the people from those communities who might come to me. And I've actually looked at my stats recently. People actually look me up and find me in the LGBT tags and in the neurodivergent tags and come to me. And I don't want to be in a place that doesn't like respect those identities.
Yeah, and there's like we can delve deep into the shit that Kick doesn't do right, like API access, the way they treat their devs, all that sort of stuff. It's all horrible. But the thing is that if I was a Call of Duty streamer, there's all W's in chat and all my money comes from the subs from people that I fucking snipe in Warzone or whatever, then yeah, Kick would actually probably be the right choice. But I'm not. I'm about playing games with my mates. That's, you know, and then in some case, and it's about sharing games that I'm playing with my community, and it's about, you know, playing games with my community and, you know, working with new games and new stuff and whatever's happening and all that sort of stuff. And it's like it's around that sort of thing. It's not about W's in chat or fucking, you know, who's following who, gifting sub to what, whatever. It's not about that. So the important thing is do your research, do it. So in some cases, you'll go, fuck yeah, Kick ticks all the boxes for what I want. Great, go do it. It might be Twitch that does it. It might be YouTube does it because you only do it every now and then and you do mainly video on demand content. Maybe you want to show tits and ass, and maybe you should go to Pornhub. You can stream games on Pornhub. It's fine.
Do what you want to do for you.
You can stream any game on Pornhub. Any one you want. Any single one you want. Tentacles, anything.
You could go and
you probably can't get cancelled.
You can stream the cyberpunk sex scenes with the nudity filter off.
I mean, technically you could do that anyway on Twitch. It's fine.
Well,
but
I have the nudity filter on.
The point is, do what you want to do your homework, don't let someone else tell you what to do anyway, and don't force your beliefs onto someone else because that's just cringy, all right?
Yeah.
All right? If someone wants to stream on Pornhub and you don't want to go to Pornhub, that's cool. Don't give them a lecture about it. Just fucking go somewhere else and do whatever.
Their business.
Very important. Just wanted to be very clear about that. And yes, if you do research on Kick, you'll see that they're fucking stupid anyway. And it is that time of the week where we talk about all the wonderful, wonderful places in Australia and maybe Queensland. Probably Queensland.
It's Shit Towns of Australia. It's your weekly news wrap up of how great this country is.
It's great. It's great.
So
I love this country.
Yep. I'm getting in a position.
You're breaking shit.
I'm good now. Sorry, I'm comfortable now. All right. So I wanna start this one. This is a bit different. What do you think is number 10 this week?
Is it Port Pirie?
It's not.
What is it? Not Port Pirie.
Did they shut down the lead smelter?
No, we'll get to it. We'll cross that bridge when we get.
Oh, did they go up the ladder?
Maybe.
Oh!
A male tradie wearing a bra wanking outside the Bowls Club in Grafton.
Why the Bowls Club?
Had to be drunk.
Why the Bowls Club?
Why was he wearing a bra?
Because he was drunk.
While wanking.
He's
probably drunk.
Yeah, no, you're right. Nothing
That's
adds
the normal
up.
thing you do in Grafton, I guess.
It's Grafton. He's just Grafton. They call it Grafton and Grafton, you know? It's just Grafton. Grafton.
Number 9 is Arcadia South, Victoria. Gronk couple crashed stolen tractor into an army base after an 80-kilometer joyride.
80 kilometers?
That sounds like a GTA thing. Steal a tractor, drive it to the army base, crash.
Yeah, but like you could imagine that they took like how long to get there on a tractor?
On a tractor? Way too long. Yeah.
And then crashed drunk. Must be drunk.
Must be drunk, definitely. Or on something else. There was a $150,000 tractor too. It was very expensive. This article I have makes a point of telling you that.
I just wanted to just quickly.
And a 38-year-old.
Yeah, just quickly. People don't realize that tractors cost more than most sports cars.
Yeah.
Like in general, and it's a great meme in the tractor community where they send around these pictures of like hot women on their tractors, and it's got the subtitle on it when they realize that your tractor costs more than a BMW.
Yeah. I have the full article, so I can give you more context. Police allege that a couple from a small town, blah, 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 they were accused of walking into a machinery shed and got into a 2019 7.5-ton, that's a big tractor, John Deere tractor with a hay feeder trailer attached, so even bigger.
Oh my
It's
God.
got a hay feeder in the back. Starting the tractor with the keys that were inside, so it was easy to get, I guess. The tractor was driven along the Goulburn Valley Highway towards Seymour while the front end loader bucket went up and down. So they were fiddling with the controls while they were driving.
They were definitely drunk.
They were definitely
They
drunk.
saw the witnesses say they saw a man. This is at 10:20 in the morning. They saw a man with no shirt on in the driver's seat and another person standing on his left while they swerved across both lanes, almost hitting a bus with someone calling 000.
Holy
10
crap.
minutes later, police found the tractor still driving with the bucket completely raised and tried to stop it, turning on lights and sirens through the main street of Seymour. Police say the tractor did not stop and instead nearly rolled when it went through a roundabout under the Hume Freeway. So police kept chasing it. The tractor had then reached the Puckapunyal military
Puckapunyal,
base.
yep. I've been there,
And
yep.
one of the police cars overtook it with an officer spotting Taylor sitting on Schmuck's lap, which is the people's names, steering the farming equipment. The tractor crashed into the base's security fence, causing $50,000 worth of damage. The pair are accused of appearing drug-affected when finally arrested. A preliminary oral test indicated positive for the drug, methamphetamines.
I knew it. I was going to say, I was going to call it that.
Methods. Couple of methods just on the tractor ride to Puckapunyal of all places. I just like to say they don't fuck around in Puckapunyal at all. I remember
Get on.
when I went there once, this is just a short story, but I went there once and they had a kangaroo problem. And the problem they had was that there was too fucking many kangaroos. And I remember as it was driving into town, I saw this, it looked like it was like a field full of sheep, but they weren't sheep, they were kangaroos. They were so tightly packed you couldn't even see it. And the Puckapunyal, they couldn't do anything about any kangaroos that are on private property, but the kangaroos on the side of the road and like in the public property, absolutely could cull them. And they just went out, fucking just lit them all up, clean them all up, get rid of them. And they had to do it for months just to try and get the kangaroo population down. It was insane.
It is a very kangaroo area out there, Seymour.
But yeah, they have a huge go-kart track out there. That's what I was there for.
Yeah.
Racing go-karts. And I remember that we were like racing go-karts, and in the distance you could just hear automatic gunfire the entire time. So why, if you're a meth head, do you drive towards the automatic gunfire?
You go towards them when the police are shepherding you that way, I guess.
God damn. That could have ended very different.
That was number 9 on the list, by the way. So there's a lot to go above it, and that was very dramatic. For a number 9. So number 8 is Launceston, Tasmania. Back to Launceston, as we always are. Gronk couple. No, wait, that was the other one. Sorry. Boys steal $130K from a friend's grandma to buy a ute.
What dogs?
Was it cash?
That's what I want to know.
Is it under the mattress? Was it
might
the
have been-
mattress?
It could have been the mattress.
The mattress is
I
made out
reckon
of
it was.
cash.
It would have been cash. It definitely would have been cash.
Yeah, I don't
Because there's
have
no
any.
way you would have been able to use a bank card and pull
Oh,
out.
I found it. I found an
130.
article. So they stole $130K from the grandma to buy a 4-wheel drive. One of them was under 18. They spent a significant amount of time at her home in his childhood. They joked about stealing the money to buy a $5,000 ute. It doesn't say whether it was... Okay, so no, the prosecution alleges that the men stole $130,000 from the woman and deposited the stolen cash in small amounts. So they stole cash. She had $130K in cash.
So they were siphoning the cash off in little bits and then putting it into their account until the point where they can get the... Yeah, okay.
Only $94,000 of it has been recovered. The rest was gambled.
Gambled?
Gambled, yep.
They wanted a nice
Specifically, they had a gambling holiday.
Wow.
Anyway, Launceston,
Okay.
everybody.
Yep.
Next one is
Tasmania.
Hobart, Tasmania, number 7. 100 feral teens caused $30K of damage to a house after crashing a 15-year-old's birthday party
Where?
in Tasmania and Hobart.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, is that Corey? Corey Worthington again?
Yeah, so Wellington. What do you have to say? Maybe you moved to Tassie. We don't know.
Maybe. You'd thrive in Tassie.
He's a party planner now.
Is he actually? God, that would make sense.
That'd be so funny. So there was gate crashes. Police were called to the home in the hills, blah, blah, blah. Early morning after dozens of grade 10 age teenagers stormed a house party, trashing the property. So that's all the context we have. They just rocked up, all about 16, 15-year-old, destroyed everything.
The old
Anyway.
chucked it on Facebook events, didn't mark it private. You know?
I mean, yeah, there has to be like a social media thing, because who has 100 friends?
Well, I mean, that's the entire population of Tasmania right there.
Yeah. Not the two boys that were busy stealing money from the grandma.
I'd just like to point out I could have gone two ways of that joke. Either there's nothing exciting happening in Tasmania or there's no people in Tasmania. I chose no people in Tasmania.
Next, we've got number 6 is Caboolture, Queensland. A woman was charged after allegedly trying to set another woman on fire.
Wow, okay.
That's it. Just tried to arson a person.
Yep. That's that'll get you in trouble.
Now, next we do have a repeat thing. We keep saying that every week there's somebody who hits a police car or a police station with a stolen vehicle. Happened again. So Maroochydore, Queensland, a Gronk hits 40+ cars during a police chase before
Jesus.
crashing into
GTA.
truck into house, and he crashed into the police cars as well. So
GTA.
GTA,
Just straight
definitely
GTA.
Day. The next one is Gold Coast, Queensland, a actually very sad one, but don't have. I just know that the person was charged. So, teenage girl was charged after being filmed throwing a cat from a moving car off a highway bridge. Nobody knows what happened to the cat. They couldn't find it.
And we're throwing her off the bridge
throwing
next.
her off.
Yeah, I'm throwing her out the window and off the bridge.
Yeah. Good.
But moving straight on to Noosa, Queensland, because Queensland is on the list this week.
Popping
Queensland
today.
and Tassie. Noosa had a naked maniac attacking an elderly man in the street. It's definitely meth.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
That was that. Didn't give me any extra context. I struggled to find info on that. But
Yeah, right.
number 2 is also Toowoomba, Queensland.
Toowoomba.
And 4 Gronks arrested after allegedly stealing 2 cars, bashing and stabbing a man, and leading cops on a chase.
GTA.
GTA. Everything is very GTA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn RDMers.
But really, I was just excited to get to number 1 because guess where number 1 happened?
Well, it has to be Port
Where?
Pirie because we haven't said Port
Oh
Pirie.
yeah,
yet.
yep.
It's Port Pirie, which for those who don't know, Port Pirie,
right.
Port Pirie is always usually in slot number 10 because it's a permanent fixture on this list.
Because
But number 1
they ran a poll and everyone voted that it was actually shit, and it's valid. It should be there. But yes, go on.
This time, Port Pirie is on the list because 2 nurses and 3 doctors were injured after being attacked by a hospital patient, and teenage girls filmed themselves destroying new disabled toilets, and it's still shit.
What the fuck? Listen, if Port Pirie's shit, stop making it shitter. My God.
Yeah, they really were like, let's see if we can push up the ranking from 10.
God,
They
yeah.
did.
week.
Fuck.
They're just like fuck yeah. Tourism's
They
down.
leveled
We need
up.
to get up. We need to get up that list. Pump those numbers up.
Yeah, so we'll see where it ends up next week, but that is the Shit Towns Australia for last week.
Yeah, get fucked. This is fucking
Guess it was a fun week in Port Pirie.
And in Queensland and in
in
Tasmania.
Queensland again. And Queensland and Tasmania always in the lead is causing
Vic and
trouble.
New South Wales only got 1 mention each this week, so.
Yes. Well, yeah.
I think my favourite story was the tractor though.
Yeah, I mean that's just a couple of meth heads. You shouldn't leave your keys in your vehicle near a meth head.
yeah.
That's the sign. I mean they're going to see keys. They're going to get in and drive. They can't help it.
Yeah.
They're on meth.
That's where they're gonna go get on. They had no car. They're like, how can we get there?
They just need it. Yeah, just
Go
look
down
for
the
a
road,
quiet
get the
place.
tractor.
Like, and then once they got in the tractor, like, oh, look at these levers. They do stuff. Oh, next thing you know, they're 80 kilometers away.
They said they were driving up and down the road, lifting and lowering the bucket. So that was.
Again,
that checks out.
I don't want to say everything's GTA, but that's exactly what happens in GTA, though.
I've done that in GTA. I've done it.
It's just a constant.
I've definitely taken a tractor to the military area in GTA to see if I could lift a jet with it. So.
God damn. Imagine if they did it, imagine if they, didn't go on a main road and, they just ended up on a back street somewhere and they just got away with it. Like, someone came out and said, oh, my tractor's gone. And no one else saw the antics of the meth heads in the tractor. And they were just out lifting trees or something with the fucking...
I mean, Seymour is a very small place. I'm surprised they were spotted by anybody.
That's what I mean. It's the only reason they got spotted was because they went on the fucking highway.
Yeah, and almost hit a bus.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, that was the whole list.
Fuck yeah, no, it's another week of shit towns. But yeah, it's whatever. I'm trying to think of if was there anything else. There hasn't been any major shit towns sort of stuff happening this week.
No.
It's kind of just and it's reasonably quiet week.
Most
Australian
of the news
side
has
anyway.
been about, well, I wouldn't say quiet. It's quiet in Australia. I wouldn't say it's quiet otherwise.
Yeah, no, I'd say it's quiet. It's pretty
The
quiet.
news has just been about the submarine.
Listen,
and Russia.
I don't want to talk about the submarine because
I know you don't.
that is that just became became water cooler talk, right? And it frustrates me when you're walking down the supermarket and there's 2 people that obviously just 2 parents from school see each other in the aisle and say, "Oh my God, did you hear the latest about the submarine?" It's like, "Oh my God, stop!"
I think one thing that
The
is kind
only person
Go
I
on.
cared about who had an opinion on the submarine was James Cameron, and that's it. as the only
Yes.
person I wanted to hear from, and he stayed shut. He shut up until it was found.
Yeah.
Which, in hindsight, pretty good on him. But he also, because he knew what the result was going to be, it wasn't going to be, yay, we saved them.
He basically said, yeah, as soon as he
knew.
heard what happened, he knew it
He
was
knew the
lost.
dangers straight away.
My favorite comment to him was, hey, wouldn't you know it? The submarine was where they said it was. Like, I don't know why everyone was looking everywhere. They said they went down to near the Titanic, and then the beacon went off. And guess where they found it? Where the beacon went off.
I just want to sort of touch on something. I think people have been like, people are making jokes about it. It's terrible. Like, why do we make jokes about it? And there was a TikToker who made a really good point of saying, you might be frustrated that people are making jokes, but this is something that is touching billionaires specifically. Rich people who were told the risks, were given the risk, decided to take the risk, except for, unfortunately, the 19-year-old on board who didn't want to do it. But these are people who were arrogant, particularly the leader of Ocean Gate, who was warned multiple times by experts in the field and, was using recycled, off-the-shelf carbon fiber from Boeing who said it wasn't safe to fly. Like, there was
exactly
a lot
the
of red
same
flags.
if someone's like, hey, I built myself a rocket ship. I'm going into space. Oh, the rocket ship blew up. It's like, yeah, you took the risk, man.
But it's not so
It's
much
not
that
like they
point,
were
it's-
walking the dog and they got hit by a car. It's not a
No,
tragedy.
but I haven't finished making my point.
Go on.
People have been frustrated with rich people and like billionaires for years now. Particularly, we saw it in like the depths of COVID. We've seen it with climate change. We've seen it with people, struggling to pay student money when there's been
You
billionaires.
can go back to the episode called Shelby Says Eat the Rich.
Eat the rich, whatever. So I think that I understand why people are making jokes and sort of memes about it and little things, because they're so out of touch. This is a specifically a billionaire issue. This problem can't happen to the rest of us, but it can happen to the arrogant people who decide they can try and fight God and physics.
I mean, if you built a submarine, I'm pretty sure you'd get the same result.
Well, I'm pretty sure I don't have the money to build a submarine. That's the point.
That's probably why you get the same result.
Yeah.
My cardboard submarine.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I kind of see the point of like what's happening.
Yeah, look, I'm not against the jokes and stuff like that, and I think that a lot of ways it's about the news happens, and if you just go with the news of some people wanted to go down to the Titanic and they died, and it's all very sad. I feel like that message is just going to disappear immediately. But the fact that people are saying, "Hey, maybe it's not a good idea to build your own super submarine, and maybe don't use random parts that you could find on the internet to fucking make this thing that looks like a child's science project and go down to the submarines. Maybe don't do that. Here's a joke to cement my point of view." And then other people will go, "Oh yeah, that is a dumb idea. I've got to cancel my submarine idea."
There's also there's the comparison as well as like $6.5 million was spent to search for them, to find them, whereas there 750 refugees died on a boat sinking nearby, and nobody really blinked.
Yeah, that's
There's
exactly.
like the harsh comparison between 5 really rich guys and millions of dollars and 750 refugees, and nobody really cared or tried to save them.
Yep, and that's exactly what's wrong with fucking
That is
society.
our society. That's the world.
So
Unfortunately.
I'd like to say thank you, Shelby. Yes, we all feel the same way. I think anyone who's earning less than $100,000 a year feels the same way, and that's just facts. Because fuck them, they could have just left the millionaire at the bottom of the ocean and we'd be fine. So they could have used that money elsewhere for sure. That's all fine, but the millionaire's son, really cements just the shit fuckery of this whole thing, because he's out partying in whatever way they were looking for the body, and it's just kind of like whatever. The best one I saw was that I think he was tweeting about going to a Blink-182 concert where they're looking for the submarine still, and he's like, "I'm doing this because I need to cope with the situation." I saw someone. And I mean, they've put in the effort for the joke, but it was a TikTok where he's on the phone and he's like, "Oh, they found the submarine." He's like, "Can I call you back?" And then he hangs up the phone, and then he's in the Blink-182 concert. And I'm like, who's at the Blink-182 concert said, "Hey, hang on a sec, I'm just gonna make a quick meme. Let's go."
Yeah. That stepson of one of the guys who was missing, and it really sort of a lot of people made him into a huge meme.
Yeah.
But it really came out that he's like a huge incel, has like no money because his stepdad wasn't supporting him anyway, was starting to DM like models on
All that
OnlyFans,
shit.
asking them to like pray for his dad and then sit on him at the same time. Like he took
Anyway,
advantage of the situation. He's a
Yeah,
mess.
exactly. And look, at the end of the day, I couldn't care less. I feel like it's just, you know what it reeks of? It reeks of like when the news jumps on something to distract you from something else. It's like, my God, will they not shut up about this goddamn submarine? Is it a slow news week, or are they trying to hide something? Again, it comes down to people clicking the links, so then they just kept making the articles about it, and that's it. As simple as that. And there's a doco next week on it already. There's a documentary on finding the submarine. I want to just quickly sidestep this conversation just a little bit, and I know that we're up on time almost, but when James Cameron went down to the Titanic, and well, he went past the Titanic, he went deeper.
He set world records.
He didn't. He missed it.
No.
He tried to
Dang
set the
it.
world record. He missed it
He
by a few
almost did.
feet. But he knew he was at his limit, was the point. So he's like, no, I can't go any further. So he missed it by that much. But also, he was he was down in his submarine when fucking 9/11 happened.
And then he came out and they had to
When he
tell him
came out, he's like, everyone's like, we can't celebrate because this shit's happening right now. It's like, fuck me. That's literally what happened. And so, I mean, imagine going through all that effort, doing all that, and then like, I think that it's going to be a cause for celebration. And he comes out, he's like, no, this fucking terrorist ruined everything. It's basically what happened. But it's such a weird thing. But I think a lot of people, don't realize they look at it, and at the end of the day, it's stupid people doing stupid things. It's literally fuck around and find out. It's literally what happened.
Yeah.
And they did, and that's it. And like, we'll get over it. There won't be any news or anything else further of it after they get
And
their
Netflix
Netflix
will
movie.
eventually make another.
Yeah,
movie
and look,
that's
I just want to say, and this is the last thing we'll say about it because we need to wrap things up. The best meme that I saw was a picture of Tom Hanks smiling. And he's like, I'm going to be in another movie to make millions.
Oh, no. He's always been in disaster sort of movies, hasn't he?
Well, he did the plane that landed in the ocean. He did the pirates that took over the captain, whatever it is, the Captain Sully or thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the hell? But yeah, that's probably the best meme. And I'm like, it's true though. And like, honestly, if you weren't fucking around, if you want to make a movie about it, then yeah, just go get Tom Hanks in it. I mean, there's an audience for it clearly. So man needs more Oscars. Anyway,
On that note,
that's all everyone's talked about this week. So it's been great because I haven't participated in the conversations. I felt fantastic, very quiet, very productive week because of it. So
this is like the first time I've actually talked about it. Thank God nobody at work was talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I couldn't care less about it. I just walked the other way. I'd much rather talk about McDonald's Transformers than the submarine.
Yeah.
That is an actual conversation I feel that we should absolutely indulge
Has
in.
there ever been a Transformer that is a submarine? I mean, I assume there would be, right? There've been like army boat ones.
All right, stop before we even Google it. 'Cause
All
I'm
right,
gonna
I
Google
like that was
All
Transformers.
right, what's the Transformer going to be called though? Like I'm thinking
Torpedo.
depth charge, torpedo,
Some
submarine.
they have really typical names, right? Transformers usually.
Transformers.
Like Starscream and shit. We love Transformers on this channel.
Submarine Transformers. It's the HMS Alliance,
Oh.
which is because they have Transformer like fucking aircraft carriers and stuff.
They do, yeah. So it's like it's not that much of a stretch.
HMS Alliance is indeed on display. No. Oh, that's the live action one.
Oh, dang it.
Because they apparently.
There's apparently one called Depth Charge or Depth Surge.
No, that was my joke. Don't take my joke. Unless that's correct. In that case, it's fantastic. What is that?
Could be.
Submarine. I need submarine Transformers. I'm just animated next to it. See if it. Oh my god.
I wait with bated breath. I really want to know.
Is
Before we end
that
this
the
podcast.
Submariner? Oh, there's a Submariner, which is a Stingray one. What the fuck? There's actually so many. Depth Charge is a Stingray fish. Bay movie one never transformed. That's right, Gunny. Yeah, 100%. Chat's helping us. Chat's helping us out. It's a I don't know if there's much there.
We'll have to find out. We'll do more
The
research.
Submariner is looks like he turns into a shark thing. That's a different thing though. I just want to fair dinkum. What's that? No, that's not it. There's definitely one. We'll figure it out. We'll have to figure it out. That just means we're gonna have to talk more.
We'll report back. Yeah.
The Submariner is a Decepticon pretender. Generation 1 continuity. We're gonna have to watch all of I was almost gonna say Star Wars. We're gonna have to watch all of Transformers, like all the animated show.
There is one that's just called Submarine. He's a character introduced in the Transformers The Last Night. He was a Transformer that came to Earth and took the form of a British World War II submarine. There you go. He's affiliated with the Autobots. He's just straight up named as Submarine.
All right, petition to get one called Depth Charge, and then he's a
Yeah, I like that.
Decepticon, and then he can do stuff underwater. They really didn't touch. Transformers haven't really touched on.
Ocean battles and ocean.
Well, not only that, like they always just do ships, cars, tanks, trucks, tanks, fighter jets. That's it, planes. They did a bit of that Constructicon stuff and a little bit of Dinobots, but like there's boats and fucking spaceships. There was a space train in the Transformers movie.
Yeah.
Stop saying submarine roid. That's a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh thing. I googled it already. Stop it. You think I'm
We
stupid?
should probably finish up.
Yeah, we got a lot of Transformers to watch.
We got research to do.
Anyway, yes, let's go around. Let's go around the traps. Shelby, what are you up to? What have you
I'm
been
playing
doing?
a lot of Cyberpunk 2077.
You brought an
on my Twitch
Xbox
channel,
now.
Shell Bunny. I bought an Xbox, which is good. I have high quality Cyberpunk on my desk without having to steal a PlayStation 5 from Aladi, so that's good.
Hell
and
yeah.
it's like probably my first like new console I've bought since my Switch that I bought many years ago, so that's good. And I enjoy it. And I'm playing.
And I think you've already played it more than you played your Switch.
Absolutely, I have. Yes, I played many hours. I rarely touch my Switch, which is a problem. But aside from that, just working on other stuff. But if you find me on Twitter, shellbunny_, I'll tweet about anything interesting that I'm doing. But I also have Instagram, shellbunny_, which is where I post event stuff and sometimes I update my story with pictures and yeah, anything else.
Fucking oath. And Tane, what have you been up to?
Playing Deceiving.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta play with
that.
Aladi and get him to be.
Yeah, Shelby,
no,
you
we
should get
should
it.
have
We
it,
should.
Shelby?
You should get it,
We
Shelby.
can play teams.
I'll
We can do
download
like
it.
trios.
We can do it
I'll do it.
trios. We can do it like we can
Yeah.
do jump on the podcast early and have a couple of sesh beforehand or something.
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be mad. So
Yeah.
I've been
Is it-
doing that and
Yeah, that game's hectic.
so
Are
far.
you working
So
on
far.
your painting?
Yeah, I've been busy at work, but I'm definitely gonna do it this week. This
Set
is
it
the week
up.
I'm
You
gonna
said
do
that
it.
last week.
Yeah, I know that's what I mean, but I've been busy at work. I hate it. I just
Yeah.
want to quit.
Oh yeah, I quit my job. This is my last week next week, so that's fun.
So,
Hopefully-
but I'm definitely gonna be doing it this week.
yeah, good.
Doing the miles.
Ooh, nice. Keen. As for me, I'm gonna finish Final Fantasy 16. I'm playing it. I'm enjoying it. There is a little bit of hate going around on the internet, but I think that comes down to one or two things. Either one, it's not the Final Fantasy that you wanted, which is like open world and stuff, and two, it's only on PS5, so get fucked everyone else. So some people are very unhappy about the fact that there's no PC, no Xbox, no PS4, no nothing. You have to own a PS5 to play
Or go fuck
Final
yourself.
Fantasy. And yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
I
also
hate
it's
it.
cooking
I hate it.
PS5s as well. I've seen a lot of videos of people cooking it and
Getting overheated.
overheated. Yeah, so that fucking PS5 has a built-in dust catcher. Empty your dust catcher, motherfuckers. Seriously. Thank you.
Your
Thank
shit's
you, Gunny.
dirty.
Thank you. Gunny has given me a list of submarine transformers. He's all over it.
on
Yeah.
board.
I think they're just name suggestions. I think he wants to name them.
No. You gotta keep up with this. All right. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Alright,
it.
alright.
Apart from that, there's not much else. Wait, this week? No. Yeah, this week's pretty much just gaming all week. I have got invited to go see Insidious, and that's the week after, which is
Looks horrifying.
horrifying. Shelby's not coming with me.
Fair
That's all
enough.
right. I found
Fair
a
enough.
horror fan to come with me to
The
explain.
internet is very upset about the idea of going to an MRI machine now. So
I hate going into an MRI machine. Full stop is scary. So
watch the
fucking-
trailer if you don't want to have an MRI ever again.
Yeah, but you know what? It's the same thing with when I went and saw Evil Dead. I don't like eat cheese graters anymore. So you know, it's
We buy our cheese pre-grated at this house.
It's absolutely we buy out. Fuck horror movies for ruining shit. Honestly, it's the same thing with what's that movie where where it's like they have all those accidents that just happen all the time.
Final Destination.
Final Destination ruined following trucks with logs on the back of it. Like that is now, it's like a phobia. Like you pull out into a highway and you see a truck with logs on it. You're like, nah, I've seen this.
I've watched all those movies.
Cocaine Bear hasn't ruined cocaine or bears for me, so that's good.
I think on that bombshell, I think on that bombshell, we can all know that Shelby loves both cocaine and bears.
I don't have a cocaine budget, so we know it's a lie.
So just bears then.
Yeah, bears.
Anyway, go do cocaine.